Pixie Dust, a short story by Lucía Nett. When I was a little girl, Mother spoke of fairies and the fairyland. I loved her tales and would request a tale of magic every night at bedtime. One day, my dear mother told me that some fairies were good and full of light, while others were wicked. How do you know the difference? I asked. It's not something you see at first sight. The wicked ones will pretend to be good, and the good will simply be good, Mother answered. It did not answer my question, nor did I understand in my childhood innocence why someone would pretend to be good to fool others. Mother fell sick a year after I asked her this question. She lost her long and beautiful hair and became pale. I still asked her to tell stories of fairies like she used to, but her voice was frail and often she fainted before ending the tale. I wept and asked Father if he could show me where fairies dwell to heal Mother. Amara, fairies don't exist. You have to grow up and be strong, for your mother is dying, he said to me. No! You're lying! They exist and will help Mother, I yelled. I was angry at Father. Mother ought not die. I ran away, as I did not want to go home with Father and hear him say that I must accept losing a parent. I went to the forest and sang the songs Mother used to sing to me, to summon the fairies. It was dark in the forest, and I started to feel cold. No fairies were in sight. I began to cry. I did not want Father to be right. I don't remember how long I cried until I lost notion of time. Suddenly I saw the forest come to light in mesmerizing beauty. A delicate woman with butterfly wings came up to me. She was the most beautiful woman I've ever seen, even more than Mother. She was dressed in light and wore a flower crown. Amara, you have come in search of us, she said in a melodious voice. Are you a fairy? I asked. Yes, my dear child, she said. I was so happy. Father was wrong, and all tales Mother told me were true. Are you a good one or a wicked one? I asked. She laughed in sweet laughter. If I were wicked, I would have let you cry in the dark, she said. Can you heal Mother? I asked. My dear child, the disease your mother has is cancer, and even fairies cannot heal it, she answered in a sad tone. I was disappointed. I have gone into the wood for nothing. Why not? I asked. Because she was banned from our kingdom. Because she fell in love with a human, the fairy answered. I never expected this. Mother is a fairy? I asked, not believing what I just heard. She was. When fairies choose to live with humans, they must give up their magic and can never return, as our bond is with nature and magic. Being away from our source of energy makes us sick. Humans call it cancer, the fairy said. If I bring Mother here, will she live? I asked. No, dear, it's too late. Her body is too weak already, the fairy answered. So what can I do? I asked. You must bring her here to rest after her last breath, so that her soul returns to the realms of magic, Fairy said. She gave me a bright smile and vanished. I fell asleep in the woods. and walked home with great excitement the next morning. I had to tell father that he was wrong about fairies. They were real. I saw them. But he didn't want to listen to me and said it was nonsense. Mother's last will was to take her ashes to the forest. A week later she breathed her last breath. I was sad, but at the same time very excited to take her ashes to the forest. I went alone as father didn't believe there was anything special about it, and also because he now always had a bottle in his hand and seemed different. I walked to the same spot where I met the fairy before. I sang mother's songs and emptied the urn which held her ashes. My mother's ashes turned into colorful bright pixie dust in the wind. I saw her dressed like the fairy I had seen the night before, with beautiful butterfly wings of bright blue. She smiled at me and murmured a thank you and disappeared. I always remember this scene, even years from then. All her pictures I hold dear, and to my dear daughter I tell mother's tales at night.